Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Controller Dream podcast. I am your host, Phenom R3. I am joined by my co-host, Stratosphere Gaming, also known as J Strat, also known as Strat. How's it going, Strat?
It's going good. Just listening to my flow of nicknames you got there.
I know. I call you a lot of stuff.
You do.
How are we doing today? Pretty good?
You know what? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm sitting here. It's a beautiful evening. Episode 1 of the podcast. I have a Faygo Cola.
Underrated pop.
Underrated. Not sponsored. Wish we were.
Yeah, not sponsored.
Maybe
yeah,
someday.
Underrated though. And that's it's a Michigan thing too, I think. I think Faygo's only in Michigan.
I'm not sure exactly where it spreads to, but I think it is typically a Midwest thing because I am in a Facebook group for Aldi where people post like cool things they find, and somebody recently just posted that their Aldi had Faygo and they were like mind blown, and I was like, okay.
Wait, Aldi has Bagel?
I guess some of them do, but I think they only have the cola. I don't think they have all the flavors.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
It is, but what's your go-to flavor?
I'm gonna say, okay, the cream soda is good. It's up there. Moon Mist. I'm a Mountain Dew guy. I mean, so Moon Mist is good, but it's not Mountain Dew, so it ruins it for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Rock and Rye, to be honest. Rock and Rye is good.
Rock and Rye.
Yeah.
I also like Rock and Rye. I think Rock and Rye is a little underrated. I don't know. I just don't see it as much.
Yeah.
I like the cream soda one. I think that's probably my favorite. I'm a huge cream soda fan. Are there any flavors that you don't like? Like, what are your negative flavors?
I think you might have said this before, but cotton candies, it gets old fast. It gets so old.
I'm out on the cotton candy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good and everything. It's just after a while, it's like, okay, like I'm good. Like I don't want to drink anymore. Like it's starting to get old quick.
It's too sweet. There's also like a candy apple or a caramel apple flavor I'm not down with.
Right.
But I'll tell you,
that's too much for me too.
Yeah, a flavor that I don't think gets a lot of attention also is peach.
I don't know if I've had peach.
Peach is like a huge nostalgia thing for me because I used to, when I was like in high school, when my parents would have to work, I would go and get Subway because it's the only fast food in where I grew up. I would go get Subway, a spicy Italian, and a peach Faygo like multiple times a week.
Wait, you would get the Faygo from like a gas station or whatever?
Our Subway in our town was attached to a gas station.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yes.
Damn,
yes.
Dude, that's kind of nice though. You could grab whatever side you want after that.
Yep. It was good.
That's nice.
Yeah. One-stop shop.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like they should have more of those. They should have more fast food places connected to gas stations. Like you see them, but they're not like typically 9 times out of 10 it's like the restaurant, just the restaurant.
Yeah, and it's always like it's always Subway.
Yeah.
Or a Burger King. Subway or Burger King.
Yeah. Speaking of fast food places, what is your favorite fast food?
Favorite fast food? Oh man, that's a tough one. I don't think I could name a favorite. I could do a top 5.
Yeah, let's do a top 5.
Top 5 fast foods.
Yeah.
I feel like it changes as time goes on. But all right, so 5. Chick-fil-A for 1. Okay, I'm a huge Chick-fil-A fan. Probably McDonald's because it's a classic.
Not bad.
Let's see, what else? Taco Bell, also because it's a classic. Let's see, probably Culver's.
Top tier, dude. That's top tier right there.
Yeah, you know I'm a Culver's fan.
Okay, really quick. The thing with Culver's, I feel like it's borderline. It's fast food, but if you get Culver's nice, fresh, and hot, dude, it's like comparable to a restaurant burger, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, like if I went to a sit-down restaurant and got the sourdough double, I wouldn't be upset.
No, oh no, why would you? I wouldn't be. It's I don't know. Did you finish your top 5? I'm not sure. Did you?
I think I had one left.
Okay.
I'll probably, just because it's unique to most other fast foods, I'm gonna go like G&L.
Oh my God, yeah. I think I don't know if that's a Midwest thing or not either.
I think it is.
Okay. Yeah, GNL, dude, that's good too. GNL is like one of like definitely if you're feeding for a chili dog, dude, definitely go to GNL.
Yeah,
100%.
I think like runner up would be like Mr. Quick, but I think that's local too.
It is. It is. I guess in Grand Rapids and in Michigan or whatever, there's a Mr. Burger Town or a Burger Town, I think,
There is a
or a
Mr. Burger in Grand Rapids, I'm
Mr.
pretty sure.
Burger. Yeah, but it's kind of like one of those like Mr. Quick is like one of those like I don't know. It's like one. It's fast food or whatever, but it's like it's not cheap, but it's like one of those thin. Like you get the thin patty. It's quick. Like it's like just I don't know. There's like a certain standard that those places have that it's not like a McDonald's. It's like a quick, easy hometown fast food place. I feel like every place has that too, like an off-brand fast food place.
I feel like that too. And I feel like a lot of times they're pretty good, but
Um,
are
my
there
oh, go ahead. What?
are there fast food places you won't go to? Like if people suggest it and you're just like, "No, I won't do it."
Okay, so if I'm not really. If it's like if I know the place is like bad as far as like cold, like because my Burger King by my house, it sucks because it's always cold and like Burger King when it's fresh and hot, oh dude, it's like in my top five. I'm going to put it in my top five, but if I know that the restaurant's terrible, then I won't go. But I'm like I'll go wherever. Like honestly, it doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, I always say that too. Like when people are like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm in the mood for. Like, what do you want?" Like, I can find something at most places. Like, I
Right,
don't know if I've ever been to a restaurant where like there's just nothing on the menu that I can eat.
right.
Like, I'm a fairly picky eater, but the Burger King close to the mall by where we work is good.
Yeah, that one's always hot. The one on like down by my road, it's cold. So every time I do want Burger King, I'll go to the one by the mall instead of the one that's 5 minutes away. Literally, there's literally times where I'll drive the extra like a mile and a half and grab the hot Burger King instead of the one 5 minutes down the road.
Yeah, well,
Um,
I can't go to that one anymore now that I've thoroughly embarrassed myself there. So,
you embarrassed yourself.
yeah, should I tell that story? I guess I'll tell that story. So,
Okay,
we went to that Burger King, and you've heard this story. I know you have.
I probably have.
I'm getting a message in my chat though. Pokey Koki says that they won't go to Steak and Shake,
Okay,
which you have to understand the area where this person is from. That Steak and Shake is terrible.
really? I've never
Yes,
heard of a
yeah.
bad Steak and Shake.
It's really bad. It is very bad. Like cold food. You'll go there just for a shake and you'll wait like 25 minutes. It's bad.
Oh no.
So I know that why they won't go there. It's really bad. So that's fair. But there are other ones that I've been to that are better. But that specific Steak and Shake is terrible. But back to Burger King. So my wife and I went and got some groceries, and across from where we went groceries, there's a Burger King, and we're like, oh, we'll go there.
Okay,
So
really quick. I gotta stop you really quick. Really
okay,
quick. Every time I get groceries, and this is like, it's like it was a thing on TikTok, but it's so true, is like every time you stop and get groceries, you gotta celebrate and go get fast food after you're done getting groceries.
yeah, we literally do that because it's like, well, we put all this effort into groceries. Now we got to get some food. Like we're hungry. We saw all the frozen meals, so.
Oh,
But
no.
yeah, so we leave the grocery store. I'm hungry. I also, probably to make the situation worse, I really had to poop at the time.
Okay.
Like I was like, we got to go to a quick drive-through because I'm gonna blow up. But I didn't
Right.
blow. We made it home. So
Okay, that's good.
we get to the drive-through, and my wife, who's not a vegetarian but really likes the Impossible Whopper anyway, wanted an Impossible Whopper, and she goes, "You should tell them you want an Impossible Whooper." I think she said something else. I'm saying Whooper, but I feel like she said something else. Whooper, maybe? I don't remember. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So we get up to the window. I tell the lady, I'm like, I want a number 5, which is a double stack, no sauce, large with a lemonade. And then I'm about to start ordering her Impossible Whopper, but she loses her shit in the passenger seat, starts laughing, which is making me laughing. So I'm trying to order an Impossible Whopper while laughing. And the girl in the drive-thru clearly is like not impressed. She's like, anything else? Like she thinks we're laughing at her clearly. Well, then we get up to the drive-thru, and I was going to apologize, but it was a different person. And I noticed that in the fountain, the lemonade I ordered was light lemonade, but they didn't tell me that.
Oh, man.
So, and then my burger had sauce on it when I ordered no sauce. So they definitely were like, screw this guy.
Yeah, this guy's an asshole.
So then not only did my food get messed up, but I still had to poop. And
I only have one embarrassing story, and it's in recent history, so I can remember it. But I was at okay, this isn't TMI, but this is like I was wearing this underwear that didn't fit me. Okay, I think we've all been in that position before in our life. Like sometimes you grab a pair of underwear that doesn't fit you. Okay, and
I don't think I've ever been in that.
You've never been.
No.
Okay, maybe it's just me then, but I'm sure somebody else out there has been in this situation.
Sure.
But it kept on riding up and we were going inside Arby's to order. And it kept riding up, dude. It was so annoying. Like it was like it wasn't boxer briefs, it was regular boxers. We kept on riding up, and I go in, and I'm with a friend, and I think my wife at the time. Yeah, it was my wife.
Your wife at the time, or your current
wife?
No,
my current wife. But she was there at the time is what I meant to say. So I go up, and I kind of shake my leg in the line, like because it's going up, and I'm like shaking my leg, and the girl behind the register literally looks at me and says, "What are you doing, the Stinky Leg Dance?" And I'm like, me and my friend look at each other and just start laughing. I'm like, no, I'm just my leg's cramping up. I didn't want to say like underwear or whatever, like. And she's like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Why are you even like? Why do you care so much? You had to say the Stinky Leg Dance? Like, I don't even know the Stinky Leg Dance. They can't even say it. I don't even know what it is." But so that's like the most. That's definitely. I don't get embarrassed very often, but I'm like, "Oh shit!" She just called me out like in front of everyone.
I think I have 3 total drive-through stories, including the one I just told. If you want to hear the other 2.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had one where anyone that knows me knows historically my car is very messy.
I will say I've known you for a little while. I feel like I have the right to say that it is a little messy, but
it gets rough.
Yeah, it's rough. Even I mean, I'm not the only person that have said that, but go ahead.
Who said that? People talking about me?
I feel like people have said that to you before.
People have. They have.
Okay.
I was at an Arby's one time. I even remember what I ordered because this moment's so ingrained in my memory. I went to Arby's, I got a couple buffalo chicken sliders and a drink, and the lady hands me my food and goes, "It's okay, my car's messy too."
Oh no.
And I literally was just like, I didn't know what to say, so I'm like, "Yeah, it's rough out here." And she's like, "Yeah, my friends are always like, you gotta clean your car, but I'm not gonna." And I'm like,
this is a sign.
And I'm like, I just want to go. Like, why did you tell me that? Like, so. What's the other one? Oh, I one time again at an Arby's, but the Arby's in Fremont. Me and some friends went, and the lady handed. It was my cousin driving, and the lady handed out like our food and like went back to get a shake or something. I don't remember. And my one friend, I was in the back seat, but my one friend in the passenger seat leaned over to my cousin and went, like, "She's really cute. Ask her for her number." And I guess she heard him say that. Like, I don't know if they have a speaker or whatever because the window is closed. Excuse me. But they heard him say that somehow. And the lady like handed the drink out and was like, "If you're going to talk to people, don't even come here." Like really mean to him. And we were all like shocked. And my cousin's like, "I thought he said you were cute." like she was like really offended though. So.
Oh shit.
I don't really know.
Well, that's not good.
I know.
Arby's, man, dude. People at Arby's.
Yeah, I know. I think that might be my only weird drive-through stories. I don't know if I have any others.
I have one more that's rude. Now that I think about it, and
you
it's
were
also
rude, or they were rude.
We were at Taco Bell by my house, and we ordered. First of all, when I order Taco Bell, I go hard. Like
Sure.
I'm not sitting here like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Like I can slap down a taco like a couple good, probably 4 or 5 to be honest with you. So like we order a good amount of food or whatever.
We're put a comma in that. We're gonna come back to how many tacos you think you can eat.
Okay. Um, yeah, because I feel like I know the answer, but I don't know. Um, so we go through the drive-through and I forget what the order was, but it was probably between me and my wife. It was probably like 20 something bucks. Okay, and Taco Bell has raised their prices over the years, so I'm not like it's not like back in the day where everything was like 99 cents or whatever. So 20 something bucks, like I feel like that's a fair amount. But we go up to the second window, and the guy in the drive-through window was literally like, "Is this food all for you guys?" Like that, and I'm like, I didn't want to be like an asshole or anything, and I'm like, yeah. He's like, "That's a lot of food" or whatever, and I'm like,
Why
"Are
would
you
he say
fucking
that?
kidding me right now?" Like, what?
What do you
just give me
say
the-
that? Be like, you
I don't.
want
I
some,
didn't.
or
I think I just literally was like, I mean, I guess, and I like gave him my card, and then that was it. But I mean, I didn't want to be like an ass, like, and then my wife was like, should have said something or whatever, and I'm like, well, I don't want to like start stuff in front of you, like her, and then start, you know what I mean? Like,
was
it's
this
just,
was this recent?
yeah, it
Like,
was really recent.
was this during her pregnancy?
I think early stages, yeah.
I would have blamed that. I would have made him feel bad. Be like, she's pregnant and craving this. Like, I would have made him feel bad.
She's eating for 2. You need to get out of my face.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have asked before I brought up the fact that you had a child on the stream.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
That's really funny.
I didn't say my top 5 foods.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah, let's do that.
So if I had to say it'd be at 5, it would probably be a good McDonald's, like a really good McDonald's. Okay, not one that's always cold. This is all fresh. Okay, let's clarify that. And then at 4, we're gonna go with Subway. I feel like you
Subway.
can. I always get the same damn sub every time I go to Subway, but there's a lot of stuff that I haven't even tried at Subway yet, but Subway's definitely 4. 3 is gonna be Burger King, like a good Burger King, and then 2 is gonna be G&L, and then 1 is gonna be Culver's. I feel
So
like
we got
that's
a bit of overlap.
I wish I could squeeze Steak and Shake in there, but after that story that you told me earlier, I don't know if I want to.
The Steak and Shake in question that I was mentioning, I think, and Pokey Cokey, correct me if I'm wrong if you're still watching. I think that's my sister-in-law got something there, and the chicken was like raw.
Really?
I saw a picture of it one time. I don't remember if it was like, maybe it was like a salad or like a chicken sandwich or chicken on a salad, and she got like straight up just like raw chicken. I saw the picture and it was raw, but I don't remember if that's where it was.
I guess I'm kind of shocked because every time I go to Steak and Shake, it's literally the best thing ever, and I don't know if it's because I never go and it's not where I live, but like their garlic burgers are good, their steak burgers are good. Like you get the coupon book and you go up there and like it's so good. Like I'm kind of shocked. I'm kind of shocked.
I think that I have that same opinion on what's the place called? On Dickies.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've said this before, every time I've ever gone to that Dickies, my order has been messed up. Literally every time. But I still will be like, man, Dickies sounds good. And I think it's just because I like barbecue and that's like the only place to get it around here.
Yeah, yeah. So there's those places that are rare and like there's no place to get barbecue or Chinese, for example, or whatever. So it's like the best place ever, like that Yum Yum Sushi. Like that's like the only legit like sushi place around me, like within a couple miles, and it's like the best thing ever, you know. But do you ever have a problem with like when you went to Dickies that the food's cold at all?
I just realized I muted my mic.
Oh, okay.
That's embarrassing.
I was like, I literally can't hear you.
That's embarrassing. I
That's okay.
confession. I muted it to burp, and then.
Oh.
What is the last thing you heard?
I asked you if Dickies food, like, do you think it's ever cold?
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember. Okay, so one in my chat, it was chicken strips were raw, and they handled it poorly when they brought it to their attention. And
Really?
Yeah, and I do remember that story. I just couldn't remember if that's where it was. But my chat also just told me that my speaker went out. That's embarrassing. Nope, just had to.
You know what's funny?
burp.
When I asked you if if you ever had Dickies and it was cold, like I thought the long pause was like you like being like, how dare you talk about Dickies being that way?
No, that's fine. I was saying the only thing I've ever got there that was consistent was the loaded potato casserole, which is really just mashed potatoes, so I hate that they call it that.
It sounds so fancy. It sounds so extra.
It's literally just like loaded mashed potatoes.
That's it?
Yeah. It's like mashed potatoes with bacon and some cheese, but I feel like because you said Subway. I think that my feelings on Subway are kind of like almost the opposite of my feelings on Dickies. Because like I said, where I grew up, Subway was the only fast food. We didn't have a McDonald's. We didn't have a Taco Bell. We didn't have a Burger King. We literally had a Subway. So growing up, anytime like after school, because I was in band, so there was so many times where like there'd be a football game after school. I would leave school, go get Subway, go back to the band room to practice. Or me and my friends after school had something to do, would grab Subway. So I've eaten between years like 1 and like 20, I ate so much Subway that I think now I'm just over it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you would get old of it. Be getting old after a while.
Yeah, and like I do like it, and I will eat it, but like when I'm somewhere and I'm like, okay, I want a sub, I have Firehouse Subs, Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's, and Subway. I don't want Subway now because I've had it so much.
Yeah, when I was in high school, like when I got my license or whatever, my friends would have their license, I'd always get a McChicken, like, which sounds really gross to me now just because I'd get one every single day, and now I can't even, like, I can eat a McChicken, I can take it down, but, like, I'm going, like, Big Mac or, like, something else, like, I'm not going McChicken, there's no way.
Have you had the spicy McChicken?
See, when those came out in March, well, when I was in high school, they'd come out in March, I think, or something. Like, I know it would be in the wintertime. It was like a seasonal thing. I would definitely, cheapest meal ever, 2 McChickens, extra mayo, and ice water.
Gross.
Gross.
Absolutely terrible. I don't mess with mayo.
Why though? Why not? Why don't you mess with mayo?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I had a traumatic experience as a kid. I'm not really sure.
I feel like it's just such a... Wait, what do you mean a traumatic experience when you were a kid?
I don't know. I don't know why. The thought of mayo just makes me shiver.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It just tastes good. Like it's good on everything. You can put mayo on anything. Okay, not anything, but like a good amount of food.
That's true. So back to the pin on how many tacos you can eat. Do you feel like as a human being now at your current age, you can eat less than you used to be able to?
Yes.
Because it's sad. Because I'm pretty sure in high school I could put down a $5 hot and ready and an order of Crazy Bread and still like be good to go. And now I eat an order of Crazy Bread and like 4 slices of pizza and I'm like, I'm ready to die now.
Yep. Because so like back to like Mr. Quick, they have that burger bundle. I used to be able to put that down.
It's like
the whole
5
thing.
burgers, right?
5 burgers and then you get a half pound of fries with a nice cold Mountain Dew. I used to put that all down. Now I can literally only eat probably half the fries and 2 burgers, and I'm like laying on the couch like sleeping. So it's definitely an age
that like
thing.
Sounds good. Like I want that.
Oh, it sounds good. Yeah. I keep on talking about it past couple days. I gotta go and get some, but
that's how I have been. I have been like for the last 2 weeks. I've been like, I really want Mexican food, and then finally yesterday we went and got it.
Yeah, I was telling you about those taco trucks one time. Those are good too. You gotta stop. I don't know if you have taco trucks by you or not, but they have those small outfits like those hole in the wall places, and those guys that work in there, like they definitely like they're very like serious about making their stuff. Like they only order. Like I have a friend that goes there like every day, or he did for a while because he worked right next to a taco truck, and he was saying that they literally like the one guy that he goes to, they order their meat out of Grand Rapids because it's only a certain kind. His chorizo and everything is through like a vendor in Grand Rapids. He's checked around. Um, Captain Insano said that he went there last week. He
Captain
loves that
Insano.
place. Captain Insano.
Shows no mercy.
Yeah, yeah. He just, yeah, he was telling me that it's they take it serious, dude. They take it fucking serious.
I believe it. I didn't have chorizo till I was well into my 20s. I don't know why. Just growing up, my family never had it, but I am a huge fan of chorizo.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's pretty good. It's not bad. I went to Mexico a couple years ago, and
Really?
Yep, a couple years ago, and that was my first time like going to Mexico or whatever, and it was at this resort, and they had like literally any like Mexican food you can think of there, and I tried a lot of stuff. I tried squid, which I've never eaten squid before. It was weird.
I've had squid, fried calamari. I've had that. It's pretty good.
But they have like a lot of stuff down there, dude. You get into those like resorts and stuff too. Like, there's just good food out there. I love food.
I love food too. We should change the name of the podcast to the Controller Appetites.
Appetites, yeah, exactly.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
The weirdest thing I've ever eaten. I don't know. This isn't weird, but I've had alligator, which when I was a kid I thought that was weird.
I've had alligator.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's not a weird like thing to have. I don't know. I don't really eat weird foods. I eat foods that are like that I know that I'll like. You know what I'm saying? I don't really try too many different foods.
Did you have any foods growing up that like your family made a lot, but then as you moved out into the world, you realized were just your family? Like it wasn't a thing that existed elsewhere?
No, not really. I mean, our food, like growing up, it was always like normal food, like lasagna, and I'm not gonna sit here and like name all of them, but it was always like just Reubens. Like my mom would like make home cooked meals, and it was never like ketchup and lasagna. Like it was never like weird stuff like that. It was always just literally homemade stuff.
Yeah, my family had one, and I just Googled it to make sure I was correct. But my family made something that my dad always called German toast.
Oh, really?
That was when you take a piece of bread and you cut a hole in it, and then you crack an egg into that hole in the pan. So like the egg cooks like in the toast, then you flip it, then you have toast to dip into your runny egg. My dad called that German toast, but then as I went out to the world and told people about it, I found out he was the only one that called it that, and everyone else calls it toad in a hole.
Really?
Yep, and I just Googled toad in the hole and it popped up. Tasteofhome.com, literally a picture of exactly what he made. For some reason, my family insists on calling it German toast, but now I'm going to Google German toast and see if that actually is anything. German toast. Nope. 5 things Germans say when they toast. So, it does not exist. One day I'm going to be man enough to confront my father about this and ask him why.
Yeah. Right. I don't know, there's like weird names. Like my mom would make like shit on a shingle. That's
my mom made that too. But what would I'm sorry. My mom made that too. And apparently shit on a shingle is pretty common. Except my mom makes something different. What everyone else knows as shit on a shingle is not what my mom called shit on a shingle.
Wait, what is your mom?
No, you tell me yours first.
Okay. So mine is like my mom would make it, and it's just you take a piece of bread, and then you put corned beef and no, you're shaking your head no.
No, we're close.
You put corned beef and I think it's cream and mushroom soup in it, and then put it in a crock pot and cook it for a while.
Yeah, that's what everyone else on the planet calls shit on a shingle.
What?
My mom. My mom would take some mashed potatoes and plop it on a plate, and then she would take ground beef and brown it like you do, and then she would make beef gravy and mix all that together. So mashed potatoes with gravy and ground beef on it, basically. She'd call it shit on a shingle, and I don't know why. But again, that's another thing. I was like, man, shit on a shingle, that sounds so good. And people are like, yeah, but where are we going to get corned beef? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Just got to get some burger, man. But nope.
Everyone's probably like, God, who's this kid?
My parents set me up for failure.
Yeah.
I'm going to Google that too. Shit on a shingle. For anyone listening to the audio of this, images on my screen confirms that Carter is correct.
Oh, is it corned
Yeah.
beef?
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, Phenom.
Captain Insano says that you can make shit on a shingle in 7 days to die, like the game. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. That's funny. Yeah, my family set me up for failure.
It could be worse, though. I've heard of a lot of people eating some weird stuff.
Yeah. Another thing that my mom would do would make lasagna, but she'd use cottage cheese instead of I can't think of the name. Ricotta, yeah. I was in my 20s as well before I realized that ricotta was the traditional way to do it, which I actually now is pretty common. I've heard of plenty of people doing that, but I still think it's gross. I would rather use ricotta.
I've heard of people doing that too, but I feel like cottage cheese wouldn't be that bad. Is it really that bad?
I don't like cottage cheese.
Yeah,
Picky eater, man. Picky eater.
I mean, I guess that would make sense if I don't know. I feel like I could eat it. If I went to your house and your mom made me that, I'd be like, oh wow, lasagna, and I wouldn't even think nothing of it. I would just eat it and call it a day.
Probably be bland.
Yeah, I mean.
Did I tell you about the chicken she made the other day?
No.
I did. Yes, I did, because it started my open pit rant.
Yeah. Well, you can tell it
My
again.
mom made me some barbecue chicken, and I pretty sure it was just chicken with barbecue sauce on it. And I commented that she didn't season her chicken, and she's like, yeah, I did. I put salt and pepper and garlic and thyme and oregano. And she kept listing off seasonings. At one point, she was like cumin, paprika. And I'm like, no, you didn't. You are a liar. This chicken literally tastes like bland chicken with open pit sauce on it. Also, who picks open pit? All the barbecues in the world, you're still... Open pit.
Yeah, I don't...
At least get Sweet Baby Ray's. Come on now.
Yeah. Like, Sweet Baby Ray's is nice and thick. Open pit, like...
It's so thin. It goes everywhere. You put a little bit, it's all over your plate.
Yeah.
It's like a gas spill on your plate.
Yeah. There's no stick to it either. Like, there's stick to it, but there's not enough stick to where, like... like Sweet Baby Ray's, dude, that sucker's on there. Like, you gotta do a lot to get that off. You can't just... I don't know, it doesn't just run off.
And I feel like when you cook it like forms and sticks to your chicken, whereas open pit, when it gets hot, it just gets liquidier.
I use when I do like cocktail weenies, like no one likes cocktail weenies. Everybody I know doesn't really like cocktail weenies. Like maybe it's just the ones that I make, but I use Sweet Baby Ray's in that, like in a crock pot, and then grape jelly or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just cook it, dude. Oh my god, dude. I would not use.
Do you ever get the cheese-filled ones?
Yeah, I have before, yeah. Yeah, those are good too. Or you can get the, like, Polish sausage, like the sliced. You can slice it up and put it in there.
Yes. I'm all in on that.
Yeah.
Classic. I love Polish sausage. I just made that the other day with some red beans and rice.
Polish sausage is so good.
Get a little bit of brown on it. So we've talked about all this fast food. I got this one for you.
Okay.
If you were going to start a fast food restaurant, what would you name it? What kind of restaurant would it be, and what would you name it?
Okay, so they already have like this Chipotle like buffet thing going on. But honestly, if I had to think about something, it would be, first of all, this is perfect because they don't have enough of these. But I would probably make a breakfast restaurant.
My chat is supportive of the cocktail weenies. They said they like it.
Okay, good. Thank you, chat. I appreciate it. Because no one, unless it's the ones I make, no one likes them, and it's really annoying. But
I'll eat your cocktail weenies.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like you can't fuck them up. Like, how do you can't? So like,
I know, it's like a 1-to-1 ratio. Package of weenies, barbecue, jelly. Like, you don't have to measure anything.
You don't have to do anything, no. Unless you put like too much jelly in there, but I put like a good couple scoops because it's a couple packages of weenies, you know. So,
yeah.
I would say a breakfast, either truck or little restaurant, and it doesn't have to be a buffet, but different combinations of everything, and then literally open 24 hours. I don't want it to shut down. It needs to be open 24 hours, and I feel like it would be successful. That's all I'm saying.
A vibe. What would you name it?
Between two eggs.
Between two eggs.
I don't know. I just thought of it off.
I would open a similar restaurant, but I would want to do ridiculous breakfast bar food. Like omelets with just ridiculous amounts of cheese and bacon. But then include bar food. Like if you want an omelet with mozzarella sticks, you got it.
Damn, dude, that sounds good right now.
Yeah, and like deep dish thick crust breakfast pizza.
Oh, that sounds good too. Would it be 24 hours or would you just leave it open during the day?
Probably 24 hours, yeah.
That's the thing though. That's the risky. Well, I would have them make the stuff on the spot because I feel like with like keeping stuff in warmers is great and all, but like I want like fresh, made on the spot, you know.
I think that's why buffets are dying out because they're getting so expensive.
Right.
Like Golden Corral, if you go, it's like $12 a plate, and that doesn't include a drink. So you got $13, $15 per person right there. If you're gonna pay that much, like you might as well go somewhere where you get a made-to-order meal.
Well, that and I mean, me and Golden Corral don't really see eye to eye. Like, I feel like they're overpriced. Just my opinion. I feel like because I'll go there. I mean, everywhere you go is overpriced, I guess. But like, Golden Corral, it's too much. I feel like it's too much variety. First of all, for it to taste good. Like it's good, but it's not worth the money good. You know what I mean? So. I feel like they're definitely overpriced, but if you go to like Asian buffet, it's a little bit. My wallet's not hurting as much as if you know what I mean. If I were to, I don't know. I always get a to-go order for Asian buffet though, so I don't know.
See, I've never got a to-go order from a buffet, any type of buffet. I agree that Golden Corral is ridiculous, especially with their giant cesspool of bacteria that they decided to call a chocolate fountain.
Right.
Like kids up there bathing in it, putting their mouths under it, like.
Yeah.
And like,
well, that and I feel like there's just kids there all the time. Like I don't know if it's the chocolate fountain that like brings them in or what, but like I feel like every time I go to Golden Corral, there's like I'm bringing my plate up to the buffet and there's kids running through my legs and shit. I'm like, God damn, I can't even get to my food. Like
there is a very specific clientele that goes to Golden Corral, and they're all the same person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never go there on a Sunday because you'll see like the lady in a flower dress with like the 12 kids.
Yeah.
They just came fresh from church.
Yeah, and then you got the 59 class reunion in the back and that reception hall in the back, and then you got to deal with those guys, which is nothing wrong with that. It's a
like
nice place to meet up, but...
Yeah, you're in the buffet line. You're just trying to like scoop your food, and the guy next to you is like, "How are you doing there, youngster?"
Just like, old lady sticking her hand in the chocolate fountain. I'm just kidding.
Like just like, no.
What is this?
I am okay. So at work and when I see you, I'm a social person fairly. I feel like the light behind me just got brighter. When I'm at home, I am very much a homebody, like not social, right? So old people that come up and just talk to you about random stuff in public are like the most horrifying thing to me.
Yeah.
Like I was getting gas the other day, like just minding my own business. This guy comes out of the gas station, looks at me, points to his car. He's like, "Yeah, there's a 1965." I'm like, "Cool." And he's like, 257,000 miles. I'm like, yeah? He goes, "Yeah, it still runs good." And I'm like, and I'm
Sir,
like, and he
I'm
wasn't
trying to pump my gas.
Yeah, and he wasn't even. See, the thing is, he pumped his gas, then went in and paid because after he finished talking to me, he just got in his car and left. He wasn't pumping gas. He was just standing there talking to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. I
And
don't really
I'm
have that.
standing there just like looking at my phone, like,
Okay. I don't. The only time, the
cool.
only like, no one really like talks to me. Like, I had an old guy one time. I was getting gas, and he like pops his head through the gas pump, and I'm like, kind of like, I kind of jumped a little bit. I'm like, Jesus. He's like, what kind of car is that? And I'm like, oh, it's just a Ford Escape or whatever. Like, it's just the most basic car ever, like ever made. Like, everybody has one. Trust me. And he's like, does it run good? And I'm like, yeah, it runs pretty good. He's like, I think I used to have one of those. I'm like, oh yeah. And he's like, yeah.
Uh,
I'm like, nice. And he's like, yeah, it's not bad. And he like literally popped his head back and started pumping his gas. And I'm like, okay. So that guy had one of those, and I just went on with my day. Like,
I don't know. I feel like I don't even know if it's an old people thing, but I have a thing where like if I see someone in public and they have a cool shirt, I'll think, oh, cool shirt. 9
mm-hmm.
times out of 10, I won't say anything. Sometimes I'll say cool shirt, but 9 times out of 10, I won't say anything. Oh shoot, I hit a button. But I feel like those people very much like think something. They're like, I have to go tell them. I have to go tell that person.
Yeah,
like,
there's definitely people like. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that if you want to start a conversation. I just sometimes it's like, I mean maybe it's just me, but there's times where I'm just like had a long day. I'm just trying to get home. Like I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to. You don't think about, I don't know, anybody really talking to you per se, but when they do, it's about something that doesn't matter. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
but no, they want to tell you. They want to tell you.
yeah.
Hmm.
So we were talking about food.
Yeah, we've been
Um,
talking about food.
we've been talking about food for a while,
That's
but
okay though. You know,
yeah, we love food. I mean, I love food for sure.
I love food.
Um, but what do you think is an overrated food? Like, what do you think is a food that literally everybody either eats and they just talk highly of, or because I can think of one right now, and it's not that it's bad, but I feel like potato salad is an overrated food. I feel like everybody buys potato salad and they bring it to a family get together or whatever, a cookout, and it's just like nobody. I mean, I love it, but it's definitely overrated.
That and pasta salad because it's just cold
Hmm.
noodles. Like, who looks at cold noodles and is like, that is so appetizing?
Right, and they're good. I'm gonna eat it, but like it's definitely overrated. Like it's definitely used a lot.
My big one is foods that you can make year round, but people lose their mind about them on holidays, like pickle wraps.
Right.
Like, you can go to the store, buy slices of ham, cream cheese, and pickles literally any day of the year. Nobody does. But then you go to a Christmas party and there's like a tray of pickle wraps. Like, my dad will like have a plate of like 15 of them, and he's like, they got pickle wraps. And I'm like,
It's just pickle wraps.
and like the thing is, like, pickle wraps aren't even like the people are like, okay, I have a potluck next week, I have to get my pickle wraps ready. Pickle wraps are like the crap. It's midnight and I have a potluck tomorrow. I need to throw something together.
Right.
But like, it's the same thing. Like, I used to work at a place that we made pickle wraps. I mean, you know this.
Mm-hmm.
We'd make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of orders, and a container came with 3 pickle wraps, and it was like $4.99. You could go to the store and buy enough stuff to make like 100 pickle wraps yourself for $4.99, but we'd
Mm-hmm.
sell hundreds of them a day.
I know.
I just
Yeah,
don't
that's
get it.
well, that's the thing too, is like the whole potato salad thing, and like you set up the get together to have like home cooked meals or whatever. Like
Mm-hmm.
bring something to make, or bring a home cooked meal, and then someone just buys the potato salad out of the grocery.
And
Down
they,
the
they,
deli.
they don't even try to hide it. They literally just put like the plastic bin down and peel the lid
They
off,
don't
and
even put it in another container.
stick a spatula in it, and they're like, there you go.
You could have just totally put it in another container, and they don't. They never do. It's always the brand.
But there's
So,
like 2 types of extreme though, because there's those, but there's also the people at potlucks that like their potluck item is like their reputation.
mm,
Like,
mm,
because you go to potlucks and people come up to me like, did Jolene bring the potatoes again? And you're like, what? And like, did Jolene bring her cheesy potatoes? And you're like, yeah. And everyone's like, Jolene cheesy potatoes. Like, everyone loves them. And then like, I don't know about you, but the way my family, like, if we ever did like potlucks, like extended family reunions or like holiday parties, they would draw lots for what table would get to go first. They'd be like, okay, table 1 would get to go first. And like, it angered people. Like, there'd be people like mostly old white men standing at the edge of their tables, like, and then they'd be like, table 7. They'd look down and they'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
Kids, get your plate ready. Get your plate ready. When they call our number, we gotta go. Get your plate ready.
They're all hyping each other up and stuff, ready to go.
Literally.
The kids are running up there, falling and stuff, tripping.
Yeah, and then... Yeah. But then they'd get, like, offended, too. Like, there'd be like 3 rounds in, and they'd be like, 5, and they'd be like, this is rigged, this is... I've literally heard my dad say this is rigged, and I'm like, it's a potluck.
Yeah.
It is a potluck. Like,
That's
what
funny.
are we doing here?
I feel like you're gonna think I'm probably crazy. I don't know how you feel about ketchup, but I feel like ketchup's an underrated food. Ketchup and eggs, like ketchup was my breakfast. I feel like ketchup is an underrated, like, depending on what you pair it with, I think it's an underrated thing. People use ketchup for a lot of stuff. I feel like that's an underrated food.
I don't vibe with ketchup. I don't understand why
Not
you would
at
choose...
all, though.
I don't
Not at
know
all.
why you would choose ketchup when there's barbecue sauce available to you.
Yeah, but, like, so you're saying that you replace barbecue sauce or ketchup, or, you know, you replace that and use barbecue sauce for ketchup?
Yeah.
On your fries?
Yes.
Burgers?
Yes.
I can't do it.
There's not a single thing that you'll put ketchup on that I won't put barbecue on. Meatloaf, barbecue. Hot dogs, barbecue.
Barbecue on hot dogs?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. I get that. I can mess with that, but I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah. It is what it is. It's, I don't know. What about
corn dog?
Yeah.
A corn dog.
Especially a corn dog.
What? Especially.
Not especially.
You're just like, yeah, especially.
Number 1 on the list. No, I haven't had a corn dog in forever.
Oh yeah,
that's
one of those things that you have when you're a kid, and it just doesn't end up happening. I feel like
corn dogs were ahead of the game a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 reasons. 1, now you can get everything on a stick, and corn dogs were the OG.
Mm-hmm.
2, mini corn dogs have been around forever, and my chat is asking if you'd put ketchup on your mac and cheese.
Wow, chat, this is a do or die situation. I'm just kidding. Okay, when I was a kid, I did. And I feel like that's plausible, because I feel like a lot of kids do that. Now, no. Now it's literally salt and pepper or just regular mac and cheese. But let's be honest, though, for a second. If I get a little ketchup on the side of the plate, I'm not going to be shy to kind of dip it in there really quick. Just one little dip, and then that's it. But I'm not going to sit here and, like, squirt it all over my bowl of mac and cheese or my plate of mac and cheese.
Interesting. I wouldn't put barbecue on my mac and cheese unless I had, like, pulled pork with it. Like, pulled pork barbecue mac is good.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, anyway, I was saying, like, corn dogs... mini corn dogs been around forever. Now you can get mini everything.
That is true. There's literally mini mozzarella sticks, like mini mozzarella bites.
Mozzarella nugs, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like the mini version is like more expensive because it's specialized, and that's bull.
Yeah. No, they definitely do that. They definitely. Well, I think we were talking about one time, like, this is kind of off topic, but with like candy bar sizes, they literally recuperate and make the sizes, like, they'll start off at a size, and then they'll make it king size, and then the king size becomes the normal size, and then you know what I mean? Like, it keeps on going.
My chat says that they feel like you do put ketchup on your mac and cheese and don't want to admit it to me.
All right, chat, you got me, okay? I do. Damn it!
Yeah, you can get mini everything.
Investigators in your chat right now?
Yes. Professional in social media stalkers. So, you know what food markets itself the best? The everything bagel. Think about it. Anything else on the planet, you take it, and then you have the deluxe model, it's more expensive, right? You got a Whopper, normal. Double Whopper, more expensive, okay? Mac and cheese, price. Pulled pork mac and cheese, more expensive. Bagel, everything bagel, same price. You get the deluxe model for the same price.
Yeah, that's true. Never thought about that.
And it's got everything.
Right. You know what? Since we're talking about bagels, you know what they should do? And they haven't. I don't think they have because I've looked for it. You know how you buy a package of bagels and, you know, it's everything bagels, blueberry, whatever. You buy the package.
Are you talking about a variety pack right now?
Can we do that? Can they do that? Give me half and half.
I support what you're saying, but are you not worried that the everything seasoning would contaminate your blueberry bagel?
This is what you do. You stick a piece of, circle cardboard in the package. You know, come on, you could literally do a plastic wall. There's a lot of ways you can package up something. You can't tell me they can't figure out how to divide bagels.
That's true.
That's all I'm saying. I thought about it the other day because I bought some everything bagels and then I wanted something for I wanted a bagel and I'm like, damn, I gotta freaking eat this again. Give me a variety pack. Give me a variety.
You know what they also need to do is they need to do individually wrapped bagels. Like when you open a box of Little Debbie's, but all the Little Debbie's are individually wrapped. Okay. I want to open a bag of bagels and they're all individual so you can take them on the go.
They should do that.
Because could you imagine the chaos that would ensue if you open a box of Swiss cream rolls and they were all just hanging out together, chocolate melting off each other and colliding? That's chaos, man. It's chaos.
Dude, it'd be hectic. That's for sure.
Speaking of Little Debbie, you seen the movie Zombieland?
Yes, I have. Multiple times. Good movie, by the way.
Great movie. Great. Haven't seen the sequel, but...
Me neither.
Maybe we need to do a watch party.
We need to do something about that.
Watch party podcast.
Yeah.
His whole goal in the movie is because he believes there's a Twinkie somewhere and he's gonna find it.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a zombie, end of the world apocalypse zombie thing, and you were gonna have one Little Debbie left, what Little Debbie would you be on the hunt for?
Cosmic Brownie.
Cosmic Brownie.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. How do you not like a Cosmic Brownie? What would yours be?
I like Cosmic Brownies. Mine would be the frosted honey bun, though.
Oh, those are good, though, too.
Those are good. Not the glazed one, the frosted one.
Yeah, but do you like the glazed one?
I like the glazed one, but I'm not going to take it over the frosted.
If you had a glazed honey and there's two zombies coming at you, kind of mid speed, would you try to get around them to get it, or would you just walk away? That's how I want to know.
From a glazed one?
Yeah.
I'd walk away.
Really? Frosted, though, you're going in?
Yeah. Especially if I don't have anyone with me and I'm the only one left. What do I got to live for at that point anyway?
Right.
Might as well risk it to get the biscuit.
That is true.
That's how I feel, at least. Cosmic Brownie, though. That's interesting. Have you ever...
The one with the, chocolate, chips on it. Not the nut one. Not the one with the peanuts on it.
Oh, yeah. No, not that one. Have you ever had, at one point they had a combination cupcake Cosmic Brownie. It was the cream-filled cupcakes, but it had the Cosmic Brownie, chocolate chips on top of it.
I think I remember that. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna look it up. I think I remember that, right?
Wait, what are they called?
Cosmic Brownie. I'm just gonna search Cosmic Brownie cupcakes. Ooh. Oh, right here, Cosmic Cupcakes. Yeah, that's a real deal.
Are they in stores?
I don't know if they still are, but they definitely were at one point.
Oh my god, yeah, those are real.
Yeah, I told you.
Those are 100% real. I don't think I've ever, maybe I have seen those.
Maybe you have. Maybe you have. They were pretty good. I remember my aunt bribed me and my cousin one time, and it ended up just being some of those Little Debbie cupcakes. I don't know where we were, but she had a bunch of stuff in her car, and it was heavy stuff, and we were probably like 10, and she was like, boys, go get the stuff out of my car. If you do, I'll give you a reward. And we're like, so we ran multiple trips, and then she gave us one packet of those cupcakes, and one packet has two, but we didn't even both get a packet. We had to split a packet.
Oh god.
And I'm like, well,
at least it's something though. When you're a kid, you don't even think about it. You're just like, oh, I'll take it.
yeah, I know. I was like, that was good. I wish I had the second one.
We used to have a jar full of those like honey buns, and like, I don't know, it was just like this glass jar, and like we'd always buy the honey buns, the glazed ones, not the frosted. I feel like I don't see the frosted ones in the box as much as I do the glazed, but used to be like snowballs in there, granola bars or whatever, but the Little Debbie has like, there's something attached to me with Little Debbie. Like it's a household name, I feel like, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Swiss rolls are pretty good too. Nutter Butters, those are pretty good.
Those are all really good.
I just need them with milk though. I can't eat it just without
Wait, hold
anything.
on. Go back a minute. What did you say?
What?
Did you
Drink
say
it
nutter?
with milk.
No.
Oh,
did you say Nutter Butter?
What is that? That's not Little Debbie?
It's a nutty bar.
Oh, Nutter Butters? Did I
Nutter
get the
Butter.
off-brand?
Nutter Butters are cookies.
Well, Nutter Butters are good too. I don't know. I eat it all. Let's just say that.
Oh my gosh.
Nutter Butters are good. Actually, Nutter Butters are really good. Those are. I mean, I know it's not Little Debbie. I'm just saying.
Do you even know what you're talking about, though?
Yeah. Those are the little cookie things with the peanut butter in them.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Shaped like a
those
peanut.
Are good, though. Yes.
Okay.
That was a perfect opportunity to do that too. They should. I'm glad they did.
They really took that opportunity and ran with it.
They really did. That's perfect.
Little Debbie, and I feel like Little Debbie's still ingrained in our culture, and Hostess is not. No one knows Hostess.
Honestly, they don't, and I don't know if it's because, like, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely not as pronounced as Little Debbie.
It's probably because Hostess doesn't have such a recognizable mascot as Little Debbie. I'm still waiting for them to bring her up in the modern age. As companies evolved, one day they're gonna come out with Big Deb.
Yeah, something.
Who do you think is the best food mascot? Fast food.
Well, the Burger King guy, hands down.
He doesn't even have a name.
Yeah, but he's just called the Burger King guy. I'm just kidding. He's not called that. I think he's called the King.
He probably is called the King. Do you remember the Taco Bell Chihuahua?
I'm a little young for that, but I know it's a thing.
You're a little young for that. You're like 25.
Yeah. I'm 24 and a half. Just kidding. I don't remember the Taco Bell dog.
So Taco Bell used to have a Chihuahua as their
logo?
Logo. Well, not their logo, but it was like their mascot. It was in their commercials. Like kind of how like Geico has the gecko. They had a Chihuahua, and it would say like El Tequito Taco Bell.
Oh, okay. Maybe I have to look up a picture.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not El Taquito Taco Bell. It's Yo Quiero Taco Bell.
They used to have stuffed animals, I guess, too. I'm looking at a stuffed animal right now.
Yes, they did. They would give them away as the kids menu. They also got sued for that because they hired an ad agency to give them ideas, and they pitched them the Taco Bell Chihuahua, and they told them that they didn't like that idea and weren't going to use it, and then they used it anyway. So those two guys sued them.
Damn.
Those two guys also, I'm pretty sure, were from Michigan.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you remember, this is one of the reasons why I think the Burger King mascot's the best. Do you remember the Burger King video games that they came out with Burger King video games. Look it
I
up if you
remember
want.
the Taco
Oh,
Bell video games.
wait, Taco Bell had video games?
Mm-hmm. Burger King video games. Hold on, I'm looking them up.
They had Pocket Bike Racer, and then they had like Sneak King, and you would, dude, it was ahead of their time, dude. I'm telling you, it was ahead of their time. Like, I think you would get into a game with people, and Sneak King, you would have to like sneak up on somebody, and then the Bike Racer was literally just, it's literally just like Mario. It's just a regular racing game.
Yeah, I'm looking at images. That's weird. Taco Bell. Oops. Taco Bell had a couple of video games I remember way back in the day. One of them was almost kind of similar to like a. Oh, why did I Google Taco Bell Chihuahua again? Kind of similar to a like Pac-Man situation where you ran around collecting different taco ingredients.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, here they are.
Wait, to make a taco?
Yeah, they had them on like a floppy disk. That's how old they were.
I was gonna say, is this like a?
Oh, and here's another one. That was like you went around there was a Tasty Temple challenge, and you went around like collecting stuff.
Huh.
There's a couple of different ones. This isn't the one I was looking for. Pepsi had a video game once too. Pepsi Man. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
It was kind of like Temple Run, but you were a superhero dressed in spandex with a Pepsi logo.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Temple Run. I used to be really into like phone games. Like I had Temple Run and all that stuff. I can't tell you the last time I played a game on my phone other than Pokemon Go.
I'm not much of a mobile video game player. He's called the king. I don't. There's nothing wrong with being like on mobile, but like since I like literally just play on PC and Xbox and stuff, I just don't have a need to play on mobile. Like
Yeah.
I feel like mobile is good for people that travel and like do other things, and like there's some bomb ass mobile games, but it's just not for me.
Yeah. I feel like when I'm traveling, I'm driving though too, so it doesn't really work.
Mm-hmm.
But they have like phones now that are described as like gaming phones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've had those for like a little while now, and like the processors are getting way better,
Mm-hmm.
and like they're literally meant for that. And they make controllers for your phone.
Yeah, you can link like so the PlayStation controllers to your phone, I think, via Bluetooth.
Yeah.
They have Genshin Impact on phones, and that's like a full ass PS4 game.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's
Yeah.
nuts. I mean, another thing too is like, I think Xbox came out with it, but there was an app that I downloaded a while ago that made it so I can play my Xbox on my phone when I'm upstairs. But it would just stream to it. But now
Mhm.
I think Xbox came out with their own version of that, to where you can do it on your iPad or like whatever device and
Mhm.
literally do it anywhere. You'd have to be connected to the same network, but it's crazy. It's totally crazy. Totally crazy.
That sounds crazy. What a time to be alive. Like we're in like the golden age of gaming right now.
Yeah, we are. I think you think about like a game that like when I was like growing up,
Mhm.
games were coming out and they were really fun. Now it's like it's changed dramatically. Like obviously graphics and stuff like that, but marketing and everything like that,
Yeah.
totally different game now. Totally different area. But it's good though. I mean, I feel like we've lived through like, I mean, a good amount, of change. But it's exciting at the same time with next gen and everything. I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah. That's like the thing. Like I feel like the next gen games now look good, but like
Mm-hmm.
what they're gonna look like in like 2 years,
Right.
like it's
'Cause
gonna be crazy.
It was a step up, like with like NBA 2K. Like I play that. It was a step up. It's always a step up, but like imagine when they start getting into a routine and like actually testing like their abilities and everything. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be mind blowing.
Well, kind of like the games that came out at the end of like the PS4 life cycle, like looked good, but you could tell they were pushing the PlayStation. Like the games that are gonna like push the PS5 and the Series X like to their limits are gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah, I heard the update for Call of Duty took up too much space or something for the PS4.
Yeah, so I don't know about the PS4 Pro because I don't know how much memory it had, but if you had the base PS4, like the launch one, you can no longer have Modern Warfare and Cold War in it at once.
Yeah.
Because it has, I mean, Warzone included, but if you have the newest update for Modern Warfare and Cold War, you can't have them both. They're too big. Like combined, they're like 500 gigs now.
Right. I get it though. I get what I mean. I don't know the whole like. I mean, they keep on adding stuff to it, but like if you have the base version of something, it's gonna happen. Because I used to have the base version of the Xbox One, and after a while, like it started to get slow, like low, like slow loading times and stuff like that. Like you can tell as years go on, you know.
Oh yeah, and the PlayStation 4 had really loud fans. Like it would sound like a car was in the room with me sometimes. And like I get that, but like I don't understand what makes Call of Duty so big.
I don't either, because like it's cloud storage too. Like,
well, yeah, and like all your levels and your attachments like would be in the cloud, and then like it's a lot of maps, but it's a lot of small maps.
Right.
Like if you put all the maps together, it wouldn't be that big. But you have games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is massive. It's a massive open world, and like that's only like 60 gigs, maybe.
I don't know too much about gigs, but I'm wondering if like taking the content out that they already have in the game and installing the new content is why there's gigs too. Like that might be a thing, but it doesn't make much sense if they're deleting something. But like the battle pass and all that stuff, like are they taking, like do they need a bigger update because they're taking stuff out or what? But they do a lot of buffs and stuff too. They do a lot of like, you know, like what gun is powerful this time or whatever, or like map rendering, or there's this glitch in this game, you know, and then they've got to patch that. Like I get it. I am shocked because the other day I looked at my old Call of Duty and Black Ops 1 was literally 8 gigabyte. That was it.
Yeah, I just looked it up. The newest Assassin's Creed game like is 45 gigs.
Yeah.
So like yeah, like old game or like Switch games like are so small, which obviously the graphics in a Switch game is nowhere near the level of
I know,
like
but
Call
I'm
of Duty,
still
but
shocked.
like what makes Call of Duty Cold War so big that it's 4 times as big as Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
True. I'm shocked with Switch games though because they're so small, but they have a good amount of stuff in them for how small the SD cards and stuff are.
I just looked it up. The newest Mario game that came out like a couple weeks ago is 2.9 gigs.
Damn.
Oh. There's a rumor of a new Switch coming out next year.
I was wondering whether they're going to come out with a new one.
Some people said they were going to call it the Switch Pro, but new rumors suggest that it's going to be called the Super Nintendo Switch in an homage to the Super Nintendo, which would be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool.
And you know, if I were just a standard person, I probably wouldn't get it, but as a content creator, I do feel like I must keep updated on the consoles.
If you could change one thing about each console, and I would start with the Switch because I feel like you've definitely had your Switch. I thought, didn't you get it on release or something?
I didn't get it on release, but I got it. They were really hard to get. They're not quite as hard as new gen consoles to get on release, but they sold out pretty quick. So,
what would you change about the Switch if you could change something?
The Joy-Cons. They drift really bad. I don't dislike them, and when they're like on the console or when they're in that little grippy thing, they're fine. But like the Joy-Cons I got with my console, I can barely even use. Like, I literally can't play Pokemon on it without my Pro Controller now because the left one drifts so bad that if I go to the map to fast travel, my cursor just locks to the side of the screen. Like, I can't even get it to move back. So, those are cheap.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, they definitely, I'm not going to lie, they feel a little cheap. But you're also talking about a console that, I'm not saying that the Switch is cheap, but you have something that is affordable, I feel like.
Yeah, it's the cheapest of the current consoles, and it's not meant to be, it's not meant to run Cold War. It's not meant to run Demon Souls and all those modern games. It's meant to do what it does, and for the most part, it looks good. Like Bravely Default 2 that just came out. I don't know if I want to admit how many hours I've played it because I'm pretty sure my wife is in the chat. But I mean, it came out like Friday. And the only issue I've noticed with it at all is during the loading screen, there's a little lantern in the corner that like is lit up and stuff during the loading. That has really bad frame rate issues and it flickers really bad. But like actually in game, I think it looks good.
Well, that's good.
But again, like you have games like Breath of the Wild that are massive, and I mean it's more cell shaded than realistic, but it looks really good and it doesn't have issues. So, but the new Super Nintendo Switch or whatever is supposed to have 4K.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's been described as not next gen like the 5, but it would be like between the PS4 and the PS5, so a pretty huge step up.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
So
I bet the Pokemon would look good on that. So the new Pokemon
I'm
game
just waiting for my hyper realistic Pokemon game.
Yeah, because I would assume it's going to be on that new console that comes out, right?
I'm assuming that this isn't a new console. I'm assuming that it's kind of like a PS4 Pro where it's like an upgrade. So it'll probably come out and run on the OG Switch, but it probably will run. It'll probably be like what's the word? Optimized for the new one.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm excited though.
Yeah,
I think calling it a Super Nintendo Switch is a really good reference. I think it's a really good like homage to where they came from.
I mean, yeah, I might even buy it because I like my Switch. I think it's a good. Every time I thought about Switch, like I'm not big into Pokemon, but I like Pokemon. But the Switch is a good party family console, 100%.
Yeah.
For sure.
Get into Pokemon. You know what? I'll train you, and that's what we'll do. We'll do training sessions, and we'll do videos on getting you to like master rank.
Yeah, I bet I could. I mean, because I played the classics and stuff, and I'm not too crazy about the new gen, but I feel like it would grow on me. You know, I mean, what's the difference? You know what I mean? But
see, I'm not crazy about it story wise. The story was a little lackluster, but seeing the Pokemon with the updated graphics and stuff, I really enjoyed that.
Right. So what's one thing that they could change though? Do you think? Right now.
Pokemon?
Like you said, story. Yeah, you said like story.
They gotta listen to the fans.
What do you think? Like the most
like so in the new game they didn't have all the Pokemon, which I understand. Like it's a lot of models to make, but then they released 2 DLC packs that had added more. So now we have most of them. And I'm like, just add the rest in. I think they need to add, not necessarily a darker storyline, but all the storylines of Pokemon have kind of followed the same formula. And like this is Gen 8. So you got people my age that have played this story at least 8 times. Plus they remade Ruby and Sapphire, so we played it 9. They remade Gen 1 and 2. So yeah, I mean, I've played through a Pokemon main game at least 12 different times, and then multiple playthroughs for some games. They got to change up the story. They got to change it up. I don't know.
It seems like I'm not saying they're doing that in the new one, but I feel like they're going after something different. They're going in a different direction. So that's good. At least there's that.
This new Pokemon Legends that's supposed to come out next year looks completely different, and I really hope that it's living up to the hype that it's currently getting, and I hope that I hope that's good. Mm-hmm. Some people are kind of giving the trailer crap because they say, oh, like you zoom in and the frame rate's really bad in this spot and it looks bad at this spot and this and that. But I'm like, it's over a year away for one. I don't think if this game would have came out last year or next year, I don't think we would have got a trailer as early as we did. But I think because it was Pokemon's 25th anniversary, they wanted to like wow everybody. Mm-hmm. So they came out with this like crazy trailer for this new game that like they've never done something like this before. So they still have a year to work on it. So like it's gonna get better,
right?
And like you see the trailer, like you see gameplay, like you see battles and catching mechanics. Like it's pretty far into production. So I think when it actually comes out, it'll look good.
Yeah, they're definitely good at. I mean, I feel like game developers in general are definitely good at hyping people up. But I think nowadays it's different than back then, just because I'm not saying that all the ideas are gone. I'm not saying that, but I do feel like the space is so big and sometimes repetitive with games
Mhm.
coming out. Like you got big franchises and stuff, but for certain games like Elder Scrolls, for example, I think I was telling you this the other day. Like it's, I mean, I'm a fan of Elder Scrolls. Like I respect it, but I don't really play it, so I can't say that I love it. But for those diehard fans, dude, they are freaking out over that trailer that they released. Like it's been like a year or something ago
And the
already.
trailer didn't even have anything in it.
Right, but yeah,
Like, it
and what
wasn't even necessarily
sucks,
a trailer. It was literally like a
yeah,
reveal.
a reveal. But like, I almost feel like developers do that literally for anticipation, literally for questions, and it's good. It's just it hurts sometimes because it's like, just give me something, give me some gameplay or something at this point. Like,
Yeah.
it's so frustrating sometimes, but I'm excited for the Pokemon. I think it looks good. Um, I think it could be a game if it's something different. I think it could be a game that I could get into for sure. The new one, for sure.
We'll get you into it, and we'll train you up. We'll turn you into the Pokemon Master
Yeah.
to be the very best, like no one ever was. I just looked it up, and the Elder Scrolls 6 reveal trailer is literally like 30 seconds long.
When did it come out?
2 years ago.
Damn. See, look at that.
Yeah. But then when you search Elder Scrolls 6, the first thing that pops up is everything we know about Elder Scrolls 6. Some guy made a video, and it's like 5 minutes long. Like, you know nothing. You know nothing. You know
Right.
it's called the Elder Scrolls 6, and you know that Bethesda's probably making it.
Yeah, they always have those conspiracy. That's like with I mean, that's with fucking. I mean, that's with anything. Like they have a Star Wars trailer and it's a minute long, and next thing you know, like next day it's like, bam, bam, dude, this is what's gonna happen. Like, and it's just like, it's hype and stuff, and I get it. Like you're a fan, but it's
Those people get serious though, because you'll see their videos and they'll like they'll have the screen and then they'll zoom in like 500 times on one spot and be like, "Look, he was holding up 4 fingers instead of 5." That means that's a reference to episode 3 when Anakin, in the process of becoming, spoiler alert, Darth Vader, lost 4 of his limbs.
yeah, yeah. Or they'll be like, I don't know, someone will throw some type of decoy grenade or something, and they're like, pause it. They're like, do you guys understand what is going on right now? Look at this. This is.
I don't think
Anakin's.
people need to go crazy right here, and they're not.
Yeah.
See the smoke on this decoy grenade? It's not shaped like smoke. It's shaped like the lava that burned Anakin's leg off. Ugh. Episode 3 remake confirmed.
Yeah. Guys, wait. You see that toilet back behind the bar right there? That's
The
where
lid's
Anakin
up.
went to the. Yeah, the lid's up. Literally, that's what they're about. Literally.
They will, but the worst part is they'll have 1 million views and the chat will be like, "You blew my mind."
Yeah. Well, then the chat gets into it too. The chat at the bottom, they're like, "This is what's really gonna happen," and then you'll see like, I don't know, 50 replies with them arguing about what's gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
like, guys,
But
you
then-
can just wait.
Then there'll be like one poor guy, 200 comments deep, that's like, "This seems unrealistic," and he'll have like 7,000 downvotes.
Yeah. One guy just gets thrown off the face of the earth by just saying no. Bam, you're done.
Oh my
That's funny.
god. Star Wars is such a rabbit hole. Star Wars is. I know so much about Star Wars, probably too much about Star Wars, but then I also know nothing about Star Wars. There's so much like
Exactly.
lore.
Exactly. And I'm glad you
Like,
said that.
You know what I found out recently? And I don't know if this is true because I'm not an expert in Jedi lore, but apparently in the Jedi code, they're not allowed to marry. That's true because they can't have attachments.
That's what I heard, yes.
But they're not technically forbidden from
Like intercourse?
like an overnight excursion,
Mm-hmm.
which just makes me wonder. Like, do you think there was like people that like were specifically like looking for Jedis? Like there are people now that like on Tinder that like, I'll only date people that are 6 foot or higher.
Right.
Or like we know someone that's like, I'll only date firefighters. Like, do you think there's aliens that are like, if you're not a Jedi, back off?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of them probably got weird. Like all right, perfect example. Episode the OG, technically episode 4, Darth Vader, you see him force choke that guy, everyone in the room is like terrified. But there's that one person in the corner that's like,
oh yeah.
like, we passing these force chokes around the room, or what do I gotta do to earn that?
I'll have what he's having.
Daddy Vader.
Yeah, Darth, I've been a bad officer.
Yeah.
He just
like Obi-Wan Kenobi drops into a planet. It's like, we're here to help. Like the bad guy's like, what are you gonna do? Choke me?
I never thought about it that way, and it still hasn't ruined the Star Wars franchise, so that's good.
Like, force lightning me. I won't move. I'll just stand here. You won't do it.
Yeah. That's funny. I'm glad you said that. I am glad that you said that. You know a lot, but you don't know enough, because people will literally make up any. And I get it, because it's such a big franchise and like such a big saga. But I just, at what point do you stop though? Like, at what point do you stop and be like, okay, it's literally just, like Harrison Ford. There was some interview.
It.
He hates it. He literally hates it. I mean, it's just one actor, like, from the franchise. I'm sure some of them like it.
But Mark Hamill loves it.
Mark Hamill loves it. But I just, at what point is it enough? Because, like, what's the point? It's going to get written. I think they should stay away from I think they are going to stay away from the Skywalker, like, family, because there's more out there. But, people go crazy over that stuff. I get it, but at the same time, it's like, enough's enough sometimes, like, in my opinion. Like,
well, and like, it's the same thing as like those people like doing hyper intensive checks on trailers. Like, there'll be like a character, you'll like zoom into the Jedi temple and a Jedi walks by, and that Jedi won't even have a name in the credits. Like, that's the only time in the whole series you see him, is like him walking in the background, and people will be like, that is Master Obadiah Genesis. He's from this planet. He got trained by this Jedi. He's this old. Right. His favorite food is crab rangoons.
Yeah, honestly.
And like, they know everything about it, and you're just like, oh.
Or like, I'll be in the theater, because I always try to watch Star Wars when it comes out, and me and my wife always go to the theater, and then we'll go in. Well, first of all, we'll say our theory before we go in, and then we'll, on the way home talk about it or whatever. That's just like something we do. But like, in the theater, like, someone will see something, and they're like, oh, like that, and I'm like, eating like mid popcorn, I'm like looking at the guy next to me, and he's like that, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, and then it's just some officer, whatever. And I get it, like, I get some of it, a lot of the cameos and stuff I get, but like, the guys that are in the background, I'm like, who is that guy? Like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but it makes it fun. But
I can't wait until I have kids, because I'm gonna have them watch Star Wars in chronological order, not release order.
Yes. Because,
like, realistically, when we started watching Episode 1, we knew that Anakin was going to be Darth Vader, right?
Right.
Like, that was a known thing. Did we know that? I feel like we did.
I feel like it was heavily, like, because
I'm trying to remember.
I feel like it was heavily implied. Just because it's a prequel. So you knew at least when you're watching the movie, when he starts becoming bad, you know that he's going to turn into something not good. And you know that, whether you knew it, because I was pretty young when it came out, like, you knew something was going to happen anyway. So, yeah, I would say.
I'm trying to Google it, because we knew Luke Skywalker, we knew Anakin Skywalker, so it's pretty...
Right.
Oh, it says in Return of the Jedi, it's used twice. Obi-Wan said he ceased to be Anakin Skywalker and became Darth Vader. Oh, this is true. I remember this now, because Luke Skywalker says, I accept the truth that you were once Anakin Skywalker, my father. So he did know. So we knew, watching Episode 1, we knew 100% that Anakin was going to be Darth Vader.
Yeah.
My kids aren't going to know that.
Right, right.
And
But
I'm excited for them to be like, this is pod racing, and like love episode 1. And then episode 2, they're like, ooh, Anakin and Padme. And then in episode 3, they're gonna get to the end, they're gonna be like,
yeah,
like they're gonna be like in tears. And then they're gonna see him turn into Darth Vader, and you know the only thing you see of him as Darth Vader is him going no at the end. And then they're not gonna realize that they're watching the greatest villain in the cinematic universe come to life.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just gonna be purely shock and awe.
Yeah, that's definitely a bucket list thing for sure. Because, but I was young. I was young when that came out, so I didn't make the connection necessarily. So I felt like when I was watching it when I was little, there was still that like shock factor because I didn't put it together fully. But I don't know. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's chronological is definitely. If someone hasn't gotten to Star Wars, I always tell them chronological. Watch it chronological.
I tell them to watch chronological too. See, I think that when, because I think the Phantom Menace came out like '99, so I think at that point I watched it, but I don't think I was old enough to catch the Darth Vader thing. But I think that by the time episode 2 and 3 came out, I did know. So like I didn't get shocked when I watched episode 3. I knew in advance. Right. But like I bet people that were like alive when the originals came out and saw those in theaters definitely knew.
Right. Yeah, 100%. Especially the diehard fans, for sure.
What's your favorite Star Wars movie? Do you have a favorite?
I don't have a favorite. I hate like not picking the classic, the what started it all. You know, I hate not doing that. I think this is gonna definitely be a little weird, but Force Awakens was good just because you got some of that old cast back.
Surprising.
I know, but you get some of that old cast back after how many years and stuff like that. Like I thought that was cool. I don't think it's my favorite, but I do like the reason why I kind of picked that though is because like you have this movie. Like what movie just goes on this long? Like what what?
That's true. I mean, realistically, beginning to end, it's like.
I thought it was like 40 years or something.
No, it's got to be longer than that.
The first Star Wars was 79, 80.
No, I'm not saying like real time. I'm talking like in the Star Wars universe.
Right. But I just when Force Awakens, like when that happened, I was just like, this is awesome because literally everyone's kind of back and it's starting something new. And then right after that, and I think that was the first movie that Disney took over, I thought. I'm not sure. But either that or that was George Lucas's last film. I'm not sure. But just doing that, like, and then bam, you got like movie after that. Like they're coming out with them. I just thought that was like a pinnacle point in the saga that was just awesome, in my opinion.
I agree. I just looked it up. Between the episode 1 and the last episode, 66 years passed.
Okay. It's a long time. It's a really long time.
Yeah, that is a long time. It's like 3 times my age.
Right.
2.5 maybe. Well, you know what? This was fun. I think we should meet up again and do episode 2 sometime. I
think so too. I'm definitely this was definitely long overdue, and I'm happy we did it.
It went by fast. Hour and a half.
Oh yeah, it went by really.
I'm shocked.
Really fast.
I mean, we spent most of it talking about food, but
right, and ketchup.
Pretty sure that's like our real life conversations as well, though. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but yeah, I had fun though. Do you have anything else to add before we call it?
The only thing that I want to add is that looking back 10 years from now when we're on episode 100 or whatever, I'm going to be most proud of this episode because when we made, so to everyone, we have a list of topics on our phone of things we want to talk about in case we get bored. When I put Star Wars kinky force users in the notes, I didn't think I'd be able to pull that out episode 1. I thought that would take a few. So the fact that episode 1 is so successful that I got to pull that out, I'm proud of that. I am proud of that. I am proud of that.
That is great. Oh,
I just want to say that. Other than that, yeah, I think this went well. I'm happy we did this. Finally, we've been talking about this so long.
Yeah, it's great. I'm glad we did it. I just
want to point out that we're wearing like our classic outfits. I mean, I got my Stratosphere gaming shirt, and I've seen you stream in that Greta Van Fleet sweater so many times.
Yeah, this is like my go-to. This is my, like, I don't know why.
That's
I just
like your
like
comfort shirt, I feel like.
100%. 100%. So it was definitely like when I was like, you know what, we're starting up the stream. I didn't rock the headband or anything. I normally rock the headband, but I'm like, I'll rock the Greta at least. I got to do that.
As soon as I saw you on the camera, I was like, yeah. That's how I knew you were in it. That's how I knew it was going to be good.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think this went well. I appreciate everybody watching.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. We will talk to you guys soon.
Adios.